Alright, New York Code Rules, Regulations, Accidental Leaks, Report of Accidents, 801. Reports of accident. Each operator shall report all accidents of the gas facility may involve the cause of the injury, death, and any permanent damage property could cause the concern between the coverage may maneuver the media. Incident covering carbon monoxide result of the investigation company shall also be reported. All such accidents, carbon monoxide, shall be immediately reported with the telephone through the gas emergency notification system. Within 30 days, written accounts shall be submitted each for the incident, both the gas facility, death of personnel, and necessity, inpatient hospitalization, estimated property damage, including cost of the gas, along with the operator of the others, both the 50,000 more. Report shall set forth the chronological sequence of events, including the detailed description of accidents and incident, response accidents, action investigation by the operator, result of the finding of the investigation. Such written account of the carbon monoxide incident shall be only required with the result in either injury or fatality. Reliability copy of the report sent with the Office of Pipeline Safety on the United States Department of Transportation shall be submitted by the operator. Emergency list of operational personnel. Each operation will submit a list of the during January, each with the indicating name of the address of the home and the business with the telephone number of the reasonable officials, which may be contacted in event of the emergency of this list. Also submitted to all municipalities which where the operators' facilities are located in the event of any change of the list for the year. Immediate notification shall be given to all recipients. Leaks general. Any notification of gas leak or gas odor notification damage the facility of the contractor or other outside source shall constitute with the need of the prompt of the action. Each operator shall respond for the leak investigation classification per each leak found with the below of the grade below of the shall establish mean with the determine the appropriate surveillance interval leak location with the eventual frost condition leaks found with them to be exposed with the piping fat so these need not to be classified. However, each operator shall be established to achieve the immediate elimination of the potential hazard resulting from thereof. Purpose of the leak classification system and determine the degree of the extent of the potential hazard which result of the gas leak is prescribed the remedial action thereof. The classification should be made only with individuals possessing training with experience with the knowledge of the field. Leak classification investigation, including the source for that association actual leak workers judgment and the aforementioned individuals based upon all pertinent information complete leakage of the investigation of the scene while the base of the reclassification percentage of the gas air included the here there based on the natural gas, liquid petroleum, manufactured other gas involved. The appropriate adjustment shall be made may require consistent lower explosive limited such gas mixture of the gas prior to downgrading leak which with any repair at least one additional service normal interval required to review verify a lower class level hazard exists except for the leak of the downgraded type class 3 classification. We do not require time limited to repair a leak with the classified lower hazard level. The original date discovered determine the time period of repair. No class shall the time limit of required repair of any leak exceeding 1 year from the date of the discovery. This requirement does not apply to leaks classified in type 2 and 2A based on a consideration frost condition or to leaks of any type at the time of the discovery classified at a higher level pending further more complete investigation of the leak hazard area. When leaks upgraded with the higher hazard level, the time period of repair of the remaining time based on the original classification time allowed for its new classification, whichever less, does not apply to the leaks classified with a higher hazard level based on the consideration frost consideration next new not to leaks any time of the discovered classified lower level pending further more complete investigation on leak hazards. Leak records. A gas leak record identified with the number shall be given to the list for the entire of the history of the leak with the time of the discovery through the following up. An inspection of the record shall contain the information of the nature of the repair of the follow-up. The result of the leak shall be classified with the reclassified responsible experience of the individual whose name shall appear on the record. Gas leak record shall contain the inadequate number of the reading of the sample. The point of test to determine the leak is test investigation. The picture of the extent of the height of the gas mitigation expressed with the experience percent of gas air and percent lower explosive limit is found at the time of the classification. Reclassification of apples further analysis investigation during leak of repair activities after completion repairs any of the follow-up inspections. Leak instrument sensitivity verification. Each instrument utilized with the leak and survey investigation must be tested against the own sample and conform with the manufacturer recommended instructions as followed. After any of the repair replacement parts of the other normal maintenance, once every 3 months for the CGIs under solid state leak detection instrument with the yearly found hydrogen flame ionization instrument. Anytime it's suspected that the calibration has changed. Leaks type 1 classification. A type 1 leak is one that is due to the location relative to the magnitude constitute the potential of the condition of the public building. Type 1 leak requires immediate effort to protect life and the property. Continuous action shall be there and taken on the condition of no longer hazard. Completion and repair shall be scheduled with a regular day after day based on the condition kept under the daily surveillance until the score of the leak has been corrected. Type 1 leaks include but are not limited to damage contract for the outside of the score of the result of the leakage. Any indication of combustible gas indicated by the natural gas entry for these buildings and tunnels. And any reading on the CGI within 5 feet of the building wall. Any reading of the 4% of the greater gas, air on CGI with a manhole with the vaults, catch basin sampling will conduct with the construction of its normal condition nearly as physical possible. Any leakage with a judgment with the operating personnel at the scene with regard to the potential hazardous. Leaks 2, Type 2A. Type A, 2 leaks do not present immediate hazard conditions of the public buildings with the nature of the required frequent surveillance for the schedule of the repair. Type A, 2A leaks repaired within a period not to exceed 6 months. Type 2A maintained under surveillance frequently not to extend 2 weeks until they're repaired. Type 2A leaks include but not limited to any reading of the 10% of the greater gas area continuously paved with the curb of the building wall which is more than 5 feet within 30 feet of the building and inside of the curb line and shoulder off the road. Any reading unpaved area 20% of the greater gas and area which is more than 5 feet within 20% of the building inside of the curb shoulder. Any leak other type of which under frost circumstance judgment operational personnel is classified in Type 2A. Alright, Part 255.8.15 leaks like Type 2 classification. Type leak 2 does not present with immediate hazard condition of the public building list of the nature requiring scheduled repair. Type 2 leaks repair within a period not exceeding 1 year except for the leaks classified on paragraph D5 of the section shall be replaced within 6 months. 2 leaks shall be under surveillance with the frequency not exceed 2 months except for the test leaks classified on paragraph D5 of this section. Shall be varied every 2 weeks. 2 Type 2 leaks include but are not limited to any reading less than 10% of the gas area between building and curb line area and the continuously paved which more than 5 feet but within 30 feet of the building inside of the curb line shoulder of the road. Any readings less than 20% of the gas area. Any unpaved area which is more than 5 feet but within 20 feet of the building inside of the curb line shoulder of the road. Any reading 30% of the greater gas area of the unpaved area with more than 20 feet but more than 50 feet of the building inside of the curb line shoulder of the road. Any reading 30% of the greater gas of the paved area within more than 30 feet but within 50 feet of the building and inside curb line shoulder of the road. Any reading above 1% but below 4% of the gas and with the manholes, valves, catch basin sampling will be conducted within the structure its normal conditions necessary physical possibility. Alright, leaks Type 3 classification. Type 3 leak is not immediate hazard for the type, and the detection can be reasonably expected to remain that way. Type 3 leak is a leak that is not classified in Type 1, 2A, or 2. Type 3 leaks should be reevaluated during the next required leakage survey annually, whichever is less. Leaks follow-up inspection. Each operator shall, upon completing a Type 1, Type 2A2 leak repair underground facilities, conduct the following inspection at least 14 days after the butt with a 30 calendar days repair with a validated said repair. Follow-up inspection are not required. Leak repair is complete with the replacement of the insertion and inch of the length of the pipe of the service line onto the repair of the leak cause. Contracted third-party damage to provide with a complete reevaluation of leakage area with the completion of the repair is verified with another further indication when leakage exists. Remedial measures such as the lubricating valve or the tightening of the packing of the valve of the seekers leaks may be considered the routine maintenance work or that does not require follow-up inspection. The appropriate record shall be kept. Leaks non-reportable reading. Whenever the operator conducts the annual leakage survey of all the mains on portion of the mains of the distribution system, a sustained reading of 4% of less than gas and air, CGI is isolated test point outside of the curb line shoulder of the road, considered a non-reportable reading except wherever found in manholes, valves, and catch basins. Interruptions to service. Any major interruptions for the furnished by the pipeline, other failure with any major equipment, other interruption failures such as facilities which could cover the public concern will become the coverage of news media with the immediate report by the telephone within 30 days of the written report. Interruption failure should be submitted with include with the chronological sequence of events related with the interruption, include the detailed description, interruption, response, action, investigation by operator, result, finding, and investigation. See where applicable, copy of the reports of the Office of Pipeline Safety of the United States Department of Transportation submitted by the operator. This requirement does not apply with the schedule. Interruptions if the interruption according to the provision of the contract between the operator and its customer. This requirement is an additional reporting requirements of the Part 232 of this title. Logging and analysis of the gas emergency reports. Each operator shall appropriately record each of the report received with the gas leak with emergency suitable number to serve with the records. Data log should be kept with the maintained title of record. Received with the handling each of the report should contain the following information: cross-reference related time, service related serve of the record, number of loss of the leak of the emergency, the time of the report with the receiver, the operator description of the code designation, type of the leak of the emergency, time, crew, first dispatch, design, location, time of arrival of such a personal location. Addition to that, each operator shall maintain a record of the time of the arrival of the repair crew called to the scene of the gas leak or emergency. Every operator submit before the 15th day of each calendar memory a summary analysis of the performance responding to the reports of the gas leak. Emergency is reflected with the daily log sheet of preceding calendar month, which should be furnished with the format identical to Form A in Appendix 7E of this title, which shall be signed with the responsible official. Alright, facility failure investigation. Each operator shall establish procedure to analyze each failure of the action with the purpose of determining the cause of the minimum of the possibility of the reoccurrence of the problem. Should receive the real select sample of the failed facility with the equipment of the laboratory examination when necessary. Procedure shall also provide with the complete cooperation of the department staff with the testing, surveying, with including the use of an independent constellation and equipment system deemed necessary by staff of the investigation to analyze any of the failure of the accident, determining the cause of the minimum of the possibility of the reoccurrence. Annual report. Each operator shall submit a copy of the annual report set of the Office Pipeline Safety System of the United States Department of Transportation no later than March 15th of each year. Reporting safety-related conditions. Each operator shall submit a report of existence of any of the applicable safety-related conditions involved in the facility served in accordance with Section 23 and 25 of the Title 49. Code of Regulations, Part 191, Transportation, Natural, Other Gas Pipeline, Annual Reports, Incident Reports, Safety-Related Conditions, described in Section 10.2 of this title. That was Accidents and Leaks at Title 18, Department of Public Service of the Gas Utilities, Chapter C, Part 255, Transmission, Distribution of Unit of Gas, Accidents and Leaks.